Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Garden Girls podcast. I'm Dagny.
And I'm Meg.
And our friendship started in a group chat talking all about gardening. So now we get to bring you into the group chat too. And today, the Garden Girls are going shopping. We're going to be talking all about like our favorite life changing products. And I'm very excited for this because we're also going to do like rapid fire random stuff we've been ordering recently, which I think is such a fun like way to show you a little bit of the behind the scenes of just being a gardener, but also being a content creator because the stuff we order is so weird, right? Like I'm looking at this
Yeah.
list like, yeah, that's pretty random. Pretty
Yeah.
random.
It is. Even beyond
I'm
the
excited
garden
though.
stuff, like I feel like my list is just totally random just in general, but
Oh,
we're gonna
absolutely.
be
It's
sticking
like
to the gardening things today. Unfortunately, we could also do like, just a regular one if you guys were interested, but
I know we
yeah,
could go totally off book, forget the gardening completely. That's
right?
just like our chats pre recording,
Right.
everything's random. We can
Yeah.
also get into our seeds that we've been ordering, how we like to organize those seeds, and where we order our seeds from. So it's gonna have a whole lot of stuff. So I think we
Yeah.
should just dive right in. Do you want to start with like our top five?
Get out your notepads. This is
Please.
an essential for me in the garden, a garden kneeler. And there's different brands. You can get them from anywhere. Honestly, I've had like several, and I feel like it doesn't really matter what brand it
They're the
is. They're
same.
all
I
the
honestly
same.
think they're all buying them from the same
Yeah,
manufacturer
they're
in
all
different
coming from the
colors.
same factory, to be honest. But I feel like it is essential, especially if you are somebody like Dagny or you're gardening with chronic pain, you have chronic illness. Like, it's hard to be hunched over in the garden. I like to have a little seat. I like to have a little
It's
seat.
so much better. It's so
Yeah.
much more comfortable. And it doesn't seem like it would be. Like the foam is very firm foam,
Hmm.
but it's just enough extra support. And even just the fact that when you've got it flipped into the kneeler, because it also can be just a chair, but it has the handles to help you get up and down because the legs turn into those handles. That has been huge for me. Like that makes such a big difference being able to get up and down easily.
Yeah. And mine has those little things on the side that have pockets.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it you can store your pruners or your gloves or whatever in those little pockets. It's just an essential. Like I can't be caught gardening without my kneeler, honestly.
I have to agree with that. I have two. I've had a third one actually that I end up giving away because it's like, really, do I need three of these? Probably not, but I do use both of the two that I have in different parts of the garden. Super lightweight, really well constructed. Like, it's just something I think every gardener needs.
I have like the regular kneeler that flips, so you can kneel on it, but you can also sit on it. But then I also just have like a pad
Oh,
as
yeah, I
well
don't have that.
for if it's a tight place or something that you're trying to get into, or like when I'm filming, sometimes I'm like sitting on the ground, so I'll put the pad underneath like my butt when I'm sitting
Right.
there. And so yeah, those are really useful as well. But again, it doesn't really matter the brand. I just got mine from Amazon.
I think it does matter the brand for my first one. So I have a vertical planter from Greenstock, and I do think that they've kind of cracked the code on a design that evenly waters really well, and it's very easy to assemble, and it's super durable. I don't winterize it, like I leave it out exposed to the elements. I've heard of people where these things were like they fell off of decks full of dirt and they didn't crack or break or anything. One of those things you will have for life. Like you buy it for life and they just work really, really well and they make gardening more accessible too.
Mine withstood Hurricane Helene last year, that we
Crazy.
had in North Carolina. So, and that withstood Hurricane Helene, but my trellis fell over.
I
So,
remember
like if
that.
if a
Yeah.
whole trellis can fall over, but the green stalk won't fall over, it's durable. And I agree, like the brand matters here because I've tried the like dollar store
Yeah.
ones, when that was all the craze a few years ago, because I didn't want to commit to a green stock at the time. I was like, I've never had a vertical planter like this before, so I'm going to go with the Dollar General kind. And I mean, that's a great way to go if you don't have the budget for a green stock,
Yeah.
but it was very flimsy. It cracked, it broke, and I ended up wasting money on it because I did have to eventually get rid of it. And also, throwing away plastic is never a good thing. I felt awful about it, basically. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Anytime you have to buy plastic in the garden, I try to get something that's going to last and
Yeah.
is also made with food safe plastic, because I get a lot of people commenting that, oh, they don't want to use the green stock because it's plastic. Obviously, there's still issues with microplastics there, but I have a video coming out. I think it'll be out, yeah, by the time this podcast comes out, with a completely plastic free DIY vertical planter as well. So if that is a problem for you, that is another option that I will have on my Instagram page. I
Oh,
do
that'll
think
be
the green
awesome.
stock is worth it. Yeah.
I'll be keeping my eye out for that one. I think also if you're concerned about like eating microplastics, you could also just use the green stalk as a pollinator attractor, like
Oh yeah.
plant flowers in it. It would be beautiful with just being a flower or herb garden as well. My next one, this one's been a game changer for me this year, is the large A-frame trellis from Epic Gardening. I have tried so many different A-frame trellises. I've tried them from Amazon. I've tried them from gardeners. This A-frame trellis, I think, has been the most sturdy for me. It is very, very tall, but it's not flimsy. It's very sturdy, and I've been able to grow cucumbers up it this year. It's like tall enough for cucumbers because a lot of the A-frame trellises are too short for cucumbers, really. They're
Yeah.
marketed for being for cucumbers, but cucumbers are vines and they need a little more height. Game changer. I'm gonna order like 4 more of them, and that way it kind of saves the space on my other arches, my cattle panels for like squash and stuff, and that way I can grow the cucumbers in a separate space. And because usually I'm trying to crowd the cucumbers with the squash and all of that, and I just don't have enough space on those dedicated arches. So now I can grow them in a freestanding position. It's also, those A-frame trellises are movable, so you can move them to different beds. Like I can't move my cattle panel trellises, so
No. And they fold flat,
they
right?
fold flat, right? And so like for storage, I just, store them in my shed. So I really, really, really love those this year. I think they're out of stock at the moment. I don't know if they've restocked or not, but when they go in stock, you should get some.
Yeah.
It's
None
really
of this
popular.
is an ad, by the way. We do have
Right,
an
yeah.
affiliate link down in the description that goes to Epic Gardening if you're shopping for things and you want to support the channel, but we're just talking about our favorite stuff. We're
Yeah.
not getting paid to talk about it.
No, we are not.
No.
It just so
Would be
happens
nice,
that
but
we genuinely love,
yeah.
the things that we are affiliated with. So even though some of this is affiliate, we're giving you our true opinions on them.
Exactly. And this is, I mean, it's cool to be able to like use something over multiple years and really trust it and be able to share that with other people. One thing I've been using for many years now is the grow bags too from Epic Gardening. I feel like those ones are the most durable. They're made with a recycled food grade plastic. A lot of people don't realize that the grow bags are still made of plastic because it's a fabric, but I mean it's like a
Right.
polyester fabric essentially. If you're gonna do grow bags, it doesn't super matter. I wouldn't say it's like the end of the world if you get a cheaper version. I kind of want to try doing burlap bags and see how those work for grow bags just as an experiment. That obviously would be the most biodegradable, but I feel like it would break down really fast. So I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
it's
feel like
worth
you
it.
wouldn't be able to use them year after year probably.
Right.
I would also agree with Epic Gardening, a really, really high quality one. I also have ones from Burpee. Those seem to be very, very
Oh,
high
yeah, I
quality as
got
well.
those too. Yeah, those are nice.
The first ever grow bags that I ever bought though were Vivo Sun, and I just ordered those from Amazon. And those are really high quality too. However, I think they last like 2 years tops, and then they kind of start to break down.
Yeah.
But I think they're a good like cheaper alternative.
Now that we're saying this, I think I'm gonna betray the brands here. I'm pretty sure they're using like an OEM. Like a lot of these companies are using the same manufacturer again as with the kneeler because I've
Oh,
gotten them
yeah.
before and they seem like they have the exact same construction as the root pouch ones. I'm pretty sure they're all just like branding the root pouch ones. So I've gotten the root pouch off of like the Home Depot website, but I think the prices are honestly the same. So like it doesn't really matter whether or not it's got the brand on it.
Right. A lot of these products, they are all coming from the same factories, like the same
Yeah.
manufacturers, and they're just private labeling them. And that's,
Yeah.
that's just how it works. That's just how it works. So sometimes it doesn't really matter the brand, but
No.
sometimes it does. And we've tested a lot of different I feel like
So many
brands for these things. My next one, this is another one where the brand really doesn't matter too much. I'll tell you which one I have, but there are a ton of different brands of this, and they're probably all the same, but it's just a pop-up garden bag. So when you're pulling weeds in the garden, it's nice to just have like this pop-up bag that is reusable, and you can throw your weeds into it while you're going throughout the garden, and then you can take it and, empty that into the compost bin. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And then it folds up and it like clicks in place and you can store it away. The brand that I'm using is the Hose Link one, and I really like that one because it does click in place, like
Interesting.
compact it like clicks together.
So I have the one from Fiskars, I think. It's green and it has the hard bottom, which is nice, but the way that it compresses down and stays down, it's like the hook and loop. You know, the little plastic, I don't even know what you call them, toggle basically, that like hooks into a fabric loop. And I feel like that can be a little bit finicky. A click down would be really nice.
Yeah, it's like a buckle, like a clip buckle.
Yeah.
And so it's like really, really secure in there. So I really do like the Hose Link one, and I feel like it's made out of a really high quality fabric, whatever the fabric is. It's kind of like a rain jacket kind of fabric or
Yeah,
something.
it's like weirdly like waterproof and durable. Even mine is like that. And I've like thrown huge sharp branches into mine and it's never ripped or anything.
Yep, yeah, those are really great. I think it's an essential for a garden.
Absolutely agree.
Better than trash bags.
Oh yeah, so much better. And it's easier to like maneuver around if you have to drag it across the yard too.
Yes.
My next one is the retractable hose reel, also from HoseLink. I know there's a million different versions of this out on the market. I have not tested any of the other ones. I feel like this is the kind of thing where I wouldn't bother testing other ones because it seems like it could go wrong really fast if the build quality wasn't good. Like it's a very highly engineered product and it might not retract as well. I don't know. Maybe somebody can speak to this in the comments if you have another brand of one because I am curious, but it's such a big thing that I wouldn't probably test multiple since I don't need many more. But it's such a game changer. I would not hand water if I didn't have this thing because there's nothing more frustrating and exhausting than trying to coil or uncoil a hose. Truly.
Trust me, I know. I just got a Hose Link this year, and I had the metal hose, and it was just a free hose in my garden. I didn't even have any way to reel it up or anything like that.
Yeah.
And I was battling with it and detangling it all the time. And now that I have a retractable hose, I'm like, okay, this is so much better. And my garden looks so much neater because it just retracts away.
It's life-changing, truly life-changing. And I highly, highly recommend it. Have you tried those like collapsible hoses before? Because that was my other solution, was like getting the ones that they compress when they're not full of water, but they break so easily. They're wicked flimsy. I mean, they just have to be flimsy for them to function the way they're meant to function. But yeah, I've had them break on me, so it wasn't worth it.
Even the metal ones, I've had one of the metal ones break on me. It's because when you're constantly just like lugging and like untwirling them and stuff, that I don't know, it's not great. Love the hose link. I also love the cute little covers that you can put over the hose link.
I want to get one. I don't have a cover on mine.
You need to get them because I mean it's supposed to protect the hose itself from like sun damage and all of that, but it's also just cute. Like they have these different patterns and stuff that you can put on it. It's almost like a personalization of your hose.
Right.
Which, we're gardeners. The hose is very important to us.
That's right.
Okay, my next one, again, there's a ton of brands of this one. I have the Garden Weasel brand, and it's a stand-up weeder. And I love this one because I know that the Grandpa's weeder is really popular all over Amazon, all over TikTok shop and all of that. But that one, when you pull out the weed, like it's great at pulling out the weed, but then you have to bend down to get the weed out of it. And so it's kind of defeating the purpose. Like it's the same as just bending down and pulling out the weed. So this one from Garden Weasel, you pull out the weed and then it has this little button that you can press that it ejects the weed. So you literally do not have to bend down. You are standing the entire time, and then you can take it and put it right into your pop-up bag.
Right. I have the hose link one. It does the same thing. And I think both of those have a metal handle. Or yours has a metal handle, right? Or
I
is
think
it?
so. I
Yeah.
want to say that I don't have the Hoselink one, but I would think that the Hoselink one would be better quality just because the Garden Weasel, they're
It's
great.
possible.
They have great tools, but they are kind of more plasticky. Like they're not super heavy
Yeah.
duty tools by any
Well, I feel
means.
like if you're going hose link, like it's definitely not the budget option. Let's be real.
Right. Yeah.
And
But
but
it
you
is
do get what you
quality.
pay for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it a lot. I do have the Grandpa's Weeder too. It seems like it would have a better build quality because it's like just one molded piece of like iron on the base and then a wooden handle. I feel like the finish on the wooden handle has not held up the way that I would expect it to. It's a very classic design, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's built for like durability in that way. I mean, we'll see. I only have had the Hoselink one for like a year, but it seems to be built really, really well. And I leave it outside all the time.
I agree about the wood finish. I got a splinter for mine once.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
I believe it.
it's not. I think that the sun damaging it, and it's not holding up.
I'm gonna go with probably one of the pricier, bougier things now, but I do think it's really worth it, and that's the Felco 15 pruners. So I have a couple of different tools from Felco. I love them all. You just cannot beat the build quality on these things. They're incredible if you take care of them. But you do have to maintain them, which is kind of a pain. What makes the 15 special is they have a rotating handle. So this has been life-changing for me because it takes a lot of the pressure off your hand when you're pruning fruit trees, which is what I primarily use this for. It's so much easier. Like literally feels like you're not even doing anything with that repetitive motion anymore. And they also have multiple sizes of a lot of their tools, including that one. Like I know I talk about this a lot. I have tiny hands. So I get like the small size and it's so much easier for me to use. The only downside with the 15s is the blade length itself is also smaller than like what is it, the Felco 12s that everyone has, which I actually have a tattoo of Felcos on my arm because
No
I
way,
just
do
love
you
them so
really?
much.
I don't think
Yeah,
I've
I
seen that
do.
one.
It's
Show the class. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
yeah,
that's cute.
no rain, no flowers. So, yeah, I'm committed to Felco, you could
You really
say.
are. I have not yet crossed the barrier into bougie pruners yet.
Yeah,
I I've always admired Felco's and I've wanted to bite the bullet, but they are really pricey, but
they
I know
are.
that like again, you get what you pay for. One day I will get a pair of Felco's. Yeah. But for right now, I'm rocking the Fisker and
Those are great too, honestly.
yeah, those are the ones that you can just get from Lowe's, Home Depot. Like they're everywhere, I feel.
I've seen if you're in the Northeast and you have Ocean State Job Lot near you, it's like a discount store. They carry Fiskars tools a lot of the time throughout the summer and fall. Really, really cheap.
My next one is for all the chicken owners out there. This has been life changing for me. So, my chickens, I have the coop, but they have an outdoor run that's kind of sectioned off because I wanted my chickens to have freedom outside of the coop, but I want to keep them out of my garden because chickens will literally eat your entire garden. And I had the cheapest, flimsiest fence that I could find from Lowe's at first, but one, it didn't hold up during like hurricane season. It would blow over. Two, it was so short that the chickens would jump over it and still get into my garden. And three, it just didn't look great. It wasn't very aesthetic and it was just, it could look better. I found the perfect fence and it's from Omelette. It's their freestanding chicken fence. You can bolt it to like a wood fence if you're kind of like making a section, or it can also be completely freestanding, like if you just want to make a square around your chicken coop with it. It's tall. It held up during Hurricane Helene. Yeah, I haven't had a single chicken be able to jump over it yet, and it's kept my chickens out of the garden, and now they have more freedom, actually more freedom than before, because I was able to like redirection the fence in a different way that the other fence wouldn't go. So that's been a total game changer for me.
I've been really curious about their coops because they seem like they're so like ready made and easy to assemble, but I'm like there has to be a downside to this. I don't
Well, I
know.
don't know about their coops because I don't have an omelet coop. It's just the chicken fencing.
Yeah.
My coop is from Tractor Supply, but I've seen their coops. I think they're like
It
a
looks
little
small.
small. They're a little small, yeah, and it'd be like harder to get into and clean and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But their accessories, like their chicken accessories, are really nice. I also just got a feeder, which I think by the time this comes out, the feeder will be out. But they gave me like early
Oh,
access to their smart feeder,
oh my
which like
gosh.
I genuinely love because you know I love combining technology and the garden and chickens. It literally connects to an app. It holds like 60 pounds. No, maybe it's like 10 pounds of feed or something. I don't know. It holds a lot of feed. And
Yeah.
then it's connected to an app and it'll tell you when the food is low and you need to refill it. And it has these doors that open in the morning and then they close at night so that like nightly critters can't get into your chicken food. I love it. I love it so much. It's a new product from them. Again, I don't know if they're going to be launching it by the time this comes out, but they will be launching it soon.
Okay, last one for me. I'm gonna go with Oyas just in general. Like, there's so many different ones you can buy. You can make them yourself with a terracotta pot. Obviously, I have done that, and I've also used the Thirsty Earth systems, which I love them. I think they work really, really well. It's definitely a big investment. I would say that's on the higher end of like unnecessary things. Like the Falcos, I think are worth it because they're very necessary. But you could make it with a $5 pot. So do you really need to buy the setup? I don't know. I think it makes my life a lot easier. It's better for the plants. You waste less water. I think every garden should have some variation of this, even if it's just for when you go away on vacation. Now, I know a lot of people complain because they take up space in the garden. That is one of the benefits of the Thirsty Earth design specifically is they have a much smaller footprint than like putting an 8-inch terracotta pot in, which is really the minimum size you would need if you weren't having it connected to a reservoir. I can't imagine my garden without them.
I can't either. I mean, I don't have the larger Oyas like you have, but I have the little watering spikes,
Oh
and
yeah.
those are pretty cheap. I mean, you can get a pack of those on Amazon for like $20 for like six or eight of them, and they do like pretty much the same thing, but you have to connect a bottle of some sort to them. Like you put the
Yeah.
watering spike in, and then everyone asks me why I have wine bottles in the garden. I'm like, I like to
She's
party.
partying.
I'm partying. But it's just they're full of water and they're connected to the watering spikes. So I think
Yeah,
anything terracotta in your soil, terracotta and soil just goes together when you're watering.
absolutely.
And they do really help on vacation as well.
I know. The vacation anxiety is so real as a gardener, and that has completely eliminated it for me.
So this one I've talked crap about in the past and I've said that I would never go down this route, but I think I'm kind of changing my mind, and that is soil blocking, a soil blocker. It's a pain in the ass. It really is a pain in the
It
ass.
is.
Like it's really hard to do. It's hard to get right, and it's physically strenuous a lot of the times,
And
but
messy.
and messy. Like there's a lot of cons to it, but there's also a lot of pros. I've noticed that when I transplant soil blocked transplants into the garden, the way that they take off so fast and they grow so much better than the transplants that were started in seed trays. It's crazy. Like the difference is undeniable. And so I think just seeing my plants take off like that and how much healthier they were, I'm like, oh, it might be worth it. Like it might
I
be worth
know.
it.
I know. I've experienced that as well when I was playing around with it. I just can't, like, my hands can't do that, the squeezing emotion. So I do want to test out that Swift Blocker one because that seems like it would be a lot easier on your hands and you can kind of batch make a lot more at once depending on which size tray you get. But it like it compresses them differently. Like you don't have a plunger mechanism. It's like a whole tray and then you put this other lid piece on top that pushes down on everything at once and you just squeeze the sides a little bit. So it just seems like it would solve a lot of the problems that I have with soil blocking and I kind of feel like I have to give it a try.
I want to as well. Yeah, the
Yeah.
second you told me about that, I was like, that sounds so much better than my other soil blocker. Yeah, we should both give that a try next year
I know they're
for sure.
definitely like it's a small family business. They're made in the USA and so the price does reflect that. And that has been my big hang up with it is I do not feel like it's financially accessible to a lot of people. Like obviously we have the privilege of it being a business expense, but that is not true for pretty much anyone else. So
Yeah. It is pricey. You said it's like $90 or
for
something.
the tiny like nano one, like if
Oh,
you want to
okay.
get one of the standard size ones, they're like between $200 and $400.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to see. They have the 72 cell, which produces 72 soil blocks that fit perfectly inside of a 10 by 20. So that's essentially equivalent to your regular 6 cell plastic seed tray because you can fit 72 cells in a 10 by 20, and that's $345. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, might be sticking with my like $40 soil blocker for
I
now.
know, but it looks like a game changer. Like it really
Yeah.
does. I've seen people make a version of it with like a wooden tray and then you put like wires in between to like create the separate cells. I don't have the energy for that either. Like I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just
I'm
hard to
I'm just
decide.
too lazy. That's the
Yeah,
problem
me
here. Like I'm
too.
just too lazy.
I'm
I
the
want
same way.
I wish I could snap my fingers and there would be soil blocks and that would be great.
Same.
I think I am gonna move more towards that next year and also it's plastic free. It,
This is
it's
true.
it is the most sustainable way I think to start seeds and the healthiest way because you're not, the
Yeah.
microplastics. Ah, the
I
microplastics.
know, I know. Yeah. I mean, that's why I get the Epic seed cells though. I mean, they're super durable and
Yeah.
they'll last forever. So,
And those are great too. Like if
yeah.
you don't want to do soil blocking, the Epic 6 cells, or they have different cells, but they're
Yeah, I
super
always get the
durable.
six
Like
cells.
you can stand on them. I'm pretty heavy
Mm.
and I can stand on them and they don't break. And I feel like they will literally outlive me. I mean, I hope they do because they are made out of plastic, but yeah, I feel
It's
like they
weird to
will.
think about another gardener like getting our tools someday and like
I know,
using them.
right? I
That's
know.
why
I don't even want to think about it.
I know.
Because then that means that we won't be here for
So
sale.
speaking of seeds, should we talk about seeds at all? And like, first of all, how we organize them, which I know is the same. We do the same
Yes,
thing.
we do the
Yeah.
same. You actually, you did
I
this to me.
influenced you. I
Yes, you did.
influenced you.
You
Yeah,
really
it's
did.
this
And you were
seed
right.
binder
Like it was the best thing. I love storing them that way because I used to use the photo um
boxes.
boxes,
Yeah,
yeah, the photo boxes. And those are great too, but just being able to see them all laid out on a page is so much better.
yeah. It
And
it
it's
definitely
easier.
like plays into my inner child too. Like I feel like I get to collect Pokemon cards again, except
Yes.
they're seeds now. It's
Hmm.
great. So yeah, we just use the just a 3 ring binder, any one. I have a pretty durable hard plastic one because it does get dirty out in the garden. And then we use the they're like 4x6 photo sleeves, right? Pretty
Yes.
much,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, so it fits 4 sleeves in each page, but you can do it double-sided, obviously. So it's really
Hmm.
8 packs of seeds generally. I mean, the only
Yeah.
downside is like if you're saving seeds from your own garden, you have to like make a container to put inside of the sleeve. Obviously, that would fit. Like make your own seed envelopes, and if you have bigger seeds or a bulk pack of seeds, they won't fit in it either. But overall, it's still worth it in my opinion.
I was gonna say the only seeds that I don't keep in there are the bigger ones, like beans.
Yeah,
Beans and
yeah.
usually they're just super bulky and they just make the binder really bulky, so I just put them in a separate box. And those are
Hmm.
easy. I don't need to like flip through those because I really only use a couple of different varieties for those anyways. So yeah, I think that's an essential if you
Agreed.
have a lot of seeds.
Yeah. About favorite places to get seeds.
We probably all have the same.
Yeah.
We probably both have the same places. Do you
Yeah.
want me to
List
list
them
them off
off.
rapid fire? Okay. Tell me if you agree. Just say yeah, yay or nay. Botanical
I'm ready.
interests.
Yay.
Yay. Okay. Burpee.
Yay. Yay.
High mowing.
See, I actually haven't purchased anything from them, but I would. So nay.
I love them. They have a lot of hybrids. If you're looking for hybridized
Okay.
seeds that can withstand like different pest issues or diseases.
Yeah.
I love them for that. Renee's Garden.
See, I don't remember that that one exists. Like I see it if I'm in nurseries sometimes, but I feel like it's not as like popular or common around here for some reason.
It's definitely not. I feel like it's not as popular, but I love them. I love like
Yeah,
their illustrations on their seed packets.
the
Their
packets are really pretty.
their seeds are great. They have some different varieties, and also they always send me like a PR box every year without me
Oh,
even having to
nice.
ask or anything. Like I didn't even know
Nice.
that they would do it, and so they'll just be like, and it has like a nice little handwritten note every year, and I'm just like, oh, this is
Oh,
so nice.
that is
Um,
nice.
did I miss any that you want to say?
Oh yeah. Fedco, which is a very local one for me. They're in Maine. Johnny's I will do sometimes. American Meadows
Oh yes, they're good for especially wildflower seeds.
in Territorial. I've been getting a lot of seeds from Territorial. They have great germination rates.
I've gotten a
And
garlic from there before, and it's pretty good.
yes, me too.
Yeah.
They have really big garlic and Southern Exposure.
Oh, how could I forget Southern
I know.
Exposure?
I
Yeah,
was
Southern Exposure
surprised.
is like a huge one for me. They have, especially for Southerners, they have a lot of really great seeds. Like they have a huge variety of cucurbita machadas, which are
Yep,
the squash that are most resistant against squash vine borer. Love Southern Exposure Seed
they're
Exchange.
great. Very high quality. I guess I can rapid fire just I did a seed order recently, so I can just kind of list everything that I just got for fall really quick.
Okay, yeah, tell us. I have not done my seed orders yet,
Okay.
so but
It was just a few
go ahead.
things. I did Aspabrock because you told me about that.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Then I got my garlic. I got music garlic again this year, but I finally ordered elephant garlic, so we will do that. I
Oh,
had
cool.
to replenish my sugar snap pea. I did the white daikon because you told me about doing daikon, and that was all that botanical interest had for daikon. I'm gonna do catnip for the cats because I feel really bad for them with all the changes going on. Like they're about to be like second class citizens in the house with the baby coming. So I was like, I'll grow you some catnip this winter. Um, I restocked my baby lettuce green mix and Danvers carrots. I got a like bulk size Danvers carrots from Botanical Interests. I just want to throw them everywhere.
Danvers is a good
That's the
one.
plan. Yeah.
Yes, chaos carrots.
Right? So do you
Gotta
have
have the
any
chaos
like
carrots.
I know everywhere. Do you have any random recent orders you want to go through?
Yeah, a ton.
Just a
So
few.
my most recent random one was okay, I'm trying to add more solar lights to the garden because I'm trying to add whimsy to the garden. I really want there to be like this element of whimsy, and so I'm just ordering different
Good.
decorations and lights and stuff. There's these little like mushroom lights that you can put along a garden bed, and they're solar, and so like
Oh.
each little mushroom is a different color. And
What?
so I put it along like one of my cedar beds, and it's so cute at night. It's
I
so
need the
cute.
link to that. That sounds
I
amazing.
will, because it's so cute. I love it. I love like just all the little lights.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Hoselink has really great lights as well.
Do they? Oh,
Solar
I have to
lights.
check that out.
These are like bigger lights,
Yeah.
and I have those like in the ground beside of my beds, like to kind of illuminate the pathways.
Hmm.
And that's also been very recent, and they're really good too. But some other random things that I get, chicken treats. Like I'm always looking for different chicken treats for my chickens, like some with mealworms, some with raisins, sunflower seeds, like different things. There's even, there was like a chicken treat in the shape of a chicken that I got once, just because it
What?
was in the shape of a
That's
chicken
so cute.
that they could like peck at. Oh, a really cool one is I got this vacuum that was recommended by Aaron, which is
Oh,
at
yeah.
Hey Garden Zaddy on Instagram. I got the same vacuum that he got so that I could vacuum up the bugs, the squash bugs specifically, squash bugs and bean beetles.
Yeah.
And they just go right up in the vacuum. And then I introduce them to a nice bowl of hot soapy water afterwards. But it makes it really easy to just suck them up instead of picking them off. And that way you don't have to touch them, and you don't have to.
That does sound really nice. I
And it's
might
not
need to get
icky.
one. Hmm.
I think you
We
need
can't
it.
have that.
Gloves. I'm always going through gloves, and so I always get random gloves. I love getting different patterned ones. I got some chicken glove, like some that had little
Oh,
chickens on them. It
yeah,
was super cute.
absolutely.
I got these little bee watering stations that you hang
Oh,
on like branches
cute.
of stuff, or you can like I'm gonna put one on my A-frame trellis and
Yeah,
just hang it, and it has like little marbles in it, and when
nice.
it rains it'll fill it up with water for the bees, or I can fill it up myself. They're really cute. And then another random thing is there's this very specific tomato fertilizer that I've been loving, and the brand is called Big Ass Tomatoes.
It better live up to the name.
And it's, I really do feel like it helps. I don't know. I think I was drawn to it because of the name, because I was just like,
Yeah,
that's so funny. And then I got it. It's an organic fertilizer. It is kind of expensive though. Like it's pretty pricey.
yeah.
It kind of makes me cringe every time I buy it, but I'm like, I don't know.
If
I
it
feel like it's
works.
giving me big ass tomatoes. So I think that's it for me
Yeah.
recently though. Yeah.
Okay,
What about you?
cool. You've given me some ideas. I definitely need to hear more about the mushroom lights. Yeah. I grabbed the evaporative cooling neck wrap because I'm just overheating like crazy. Like I'm trying everything at this point. I need more ice packs. I don't know. But it's like little gel beads. You just soak it in water for 5 minutes and it stays damp all day. So it's not like super
Oh,
cold, but it's cold enough that it helps a little bit. And they had
I
like all
might need to
sorts of
link to
fun
that.
colors, right?
Yeah.
I also grabbed, so I'm going to be doing another video of just like accessible gardening tool roundups. So I grabbed a collapsible seat. I think it's meant for like when you go to concerts and stuff, but it literally just like spirals out. It's super lightweight, and I got it in like hot pink. I had to grab more sticky traps, which I generally avoid doing, but this was when I was having issues with the aphids in the greenhouse. Now I just gave up on that, obviously, so I don't even need the rest of them right now. I also grabbed Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew at the same time, which wasn't for the aphids, it was for the fungus gnats, I think. It does all sorts of things. So I've just been spraying that everywhere because I'm just like done with the bugs right now.
Mm.
I also caved and got garden straw, like the
Mm.
actual garden straw brand stuff. I used to just get it from our local like farm supply store. Like I would just get a bale of straw, but it's very heavy and hard to manage and not clean and picked through the way that garden straw is like chopped up. I still get some weeds with the garden straw,
Yeah.
but it's less for sure
Yeah.
than buying a bale of straw, and it's way more lightweight and manageable to work with. So that was such a satisfying project, honestly. I really loved doing that. I grabbed the magnetic screen door for the greenhouse because we were having issues with that. The greenhouse has been the problem child, let's be real. Everything was for the greenhouse. I also got a book recently. I got Herbal Academy's Botanical Tea Recipe book. I really
Oh,
want
cool.
the tea garden to become a much bigger part of my content. And I'm like, this is totally off topic, but like, I would love to have like a line of tea or something
I
someday.
was literally about to say, should we do
Right?
like a Garden Girls tea?
Right? Wouldn't that be amazing?
It
I
would.
can see that happening.
I
And
could
then
too.
two, well, technically three other things. Grab some more sunscreen because your girl burns real easily, especially with the pregnancy. It's even worse than usual. And I also just splurged on a couple things at HoseLink again. I got the attachment that allows you to put fertilizer in like the hose part itself. So it's a fertilizer sprayer that like you can set the dilution on. I have one of those backpack sprayers. I just cannot bring myself to use it right now. Like I need something that's a little bit smaller and easier to manage and doesn't require me mixing gallons of water and stuff. So I'm hoping that this will be the solution so I can finally start doing foliar feeds.
I need to
And
get one of those too.
I also grabbed their root waterer, which I'm not planning to use as a root waterer at all. This is so specific to my garden, but like I have those sub-irrigated planters. The tube that you fill with the hose doesn't stay in place. And so the root waterer has like a long metal spike. And so I'm going to just like attach that to the hose and then put the spike inside of the tube that fills the sub-irrigated planters. If you haven't seen my garden, this is going to make zero sense. And I'm
I
sorry.
was gonna say this sounds complicated.
There's like tubes that fill reservoirs under the beds, and to fill the tube you have to stand there, and I don't want to stand there with the hose. I want to just put the hose in and leave it, and this is going to let me do that. Really random.
Work smarter, not harder, though.
I'm trying. Everything's about convenience right now for me.
Same in general. Not even right now, just always.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up here. You can find Meg at Meg Grows Plants, and I'm at The Cottage Peach. You can listen to our podcast most places that you listen to podcasts, and we're also at The Garden Girls on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.